Have you ever wondered how strong a weld is? Well, engineers actually use this steel construction manual to design welds and all types of steel members, so I'll be showing you exactly how it's done. Before jumping into the manual, we need to understand that there's various types of different welds, and some of these different weld types have different equations to determine their capacities. The most common type is a fillet weld that you see here, and that's the one we're going to be going over today. Another important thing to note is this is actually how welds are called out on construction plans. So this is how the welder knows everything from the weld type, the weld dimensions, and everything else that is needed to get it constructed. Now jumping to the manual, we can see the equation for fillet welds above, and it might look a little intimidating, but it's actually very simple. This FEXX variable stands for the electrode of the weld, and it basically just boils down to the actual strength of the weld material. Radical 2/2 is cosine or sine 45, which is multiplied by the weld size given in 1/16 of an inch, and that basically gives you the effective thickness, which is then multiplied by the length of the weld. So essentially all this equation is doing is taking the effective area of the weld and multiplying by the weld material strength, and then you can't forget the phi factor of 0.75, which basically accounts for any uncertainties in the design and ensures that the design is going to be safe. The steel manual loves to simplify things for us engineers, so for a 70 KSI electrode, which is one of the most common types, it's actually simplified all the constants down into this equation here. Using that equation, I found the capacity of a 3/16 inch weld with a 10-inch length, which is where the 3 and the 10 come from in this equation, and I got a capacity of 41.76 kips. And since a kip is just a kilopound, that means we have a capacity of 41,760 pounds, which is similar to the bolt that I went over in one of my previous videos. Now, there's definitely a ton of different pros and cons for welds and bolts, so I think I'll be going over the differences in a different video, but let me know what else you guys want to see.